I also ask you to consider, since we are talking so much about fair trial, what is happening with Jolo? Many of you must be thinking, what is happening to Jolo? Everything seems to be quiet, like as though Jolo doesn't really exist. Yeah? And we question this because quite clearly, Roger Ng, Tim Lesner gave evidence that Jolo was the #1 person who was arranging this conspiracy. Very important. It was Jolo. They mentioned also Jasmine Lu. Jasmine Lu will legalize, by way of documents, what is not legal. She's an expert at legalizing anything illegal in order to pursue the conspiracy to do fraud against one MDB. Now, thirdly, I hope you remember this, very important. What did Roger Ng say in court when I gambled and asked him, is there evidence that Datuk Sri Najib is involved with Tim Lesner, Goldman Sachs and you? And he says, nothing. Datuk Sri Najib, as far as he was concerned, was not involved in the conspiracy. So you see the connection. First, he's got evidence which he's not allowed to give. But when I ask him a separate question, do you have evidence about Datuk Sri Najib being in the conspiracy? He says no, none. Now, you must think like a prosecutor or defense counsel. This time I ask you to be a lawyer, all right? Namely this. If Roger Ng has got such evidence about Datuk Sri Najib, or Tim Lesner has got such evidence about Datuk Sri Najib, Tim Lesner has been selling everybody. Yeah, he's been putting Roger Ng under the bus. He can easily do likewise with Datuk Sri Najib. Neither Tim Lesner nor Roger Ng have said Datuk Sri Najib is implicated. Mind you, who is giving instruction to Goldman Sachs? It's always been Jolo. They have thrown Jolo under the bus, but never Datuk Sri Najib. Okay? So the question is this country doing a dirty deal with Jolo? Or worse still, doing a corrupt deal with Jolo? Some kind of deal that we are not even bringing him in, no attempt, in spite of the previous two IGP, namely Tan Sri Bado, Hamid Bado. He said, you give me 2 weeks, I'll bring him here. Nothing happened. More than 2 weeks has passed. I think about 2 years. Nothing happened.
7 years ago.
No. When he said it, it was about 2-3 years ago. When he said, give me 2 weeks. You can interpret it in many ways. Namely, he can be brought. But somebody must have stopped Hamid Bado to bring Jolo in. Now you consider also Jolo's red corner alert by Interpol has been cancelled. Question mark, why? Why is Jasmine Lu very free? Why is Roger Ng? The promise is that he will face charges here apart from investigation, face the case, and then serve the sentences in the US and in KL. Serve the sentence. He is free as a bird and being protected on top of that, just like Jasmine Lu.